One of my personal heroes is Mary Fegraus. She really has just been an incredible force for good in the community of Laguna Beach, particularly in the preservation of our open space. One of the things that I always think about when I think about Mary is one person can really make such an incredible difference, and Mary has done that for our Greenbelt.
Through the Laguna Greenbelt, I learned what was happening in our beautiful town of Laguna Beach and what we cared about and what we were trying to preserve. And we had an opportunity in the late 80s to speak out about some development proposals along Laguna Canyon Road. And the town became very involved with that. I was very active in helping to pass the $20 million bond measure that all of us residents of Laguna Beach overwhelmingly approved to tax ourselves for 20 years, $20 million. It took a huge collection of individuals, public agencies, organizations, and private companies that all wanted to make it happen, and that's how you do it. And one of the things in the Laguna Laurel Agreement says, if the land is not used as a wilderness park, it reverts back to the Irvine Company for development. So, I mean, right there, that's it. It's going to be a wilderness park, and that's the way it's going to be used. And the other thing that was very, very helpful is not just one public entity bought all the land. Laguna Coast Wilderness Park has a number of landowners, the City of Laguna Beach, the State of California, and the County of Orange. So already you've created this tangle that would be very hard to unravel and sell or do anything development-wise with. It's one of those few things in life that I can say is very well protected. It's always going to be a wilderness park.
One of the things that I'm so personally grateful to Mary for is not only the preservation of the open space, but the James and Rosemary Nix Nature Center out in the canyon. It's such an incredible resource, such a wonderful place for people in the community to interact with the open space and to get out there and learn what it's all about, and it wouldn't be there if it weren't for Mary.
And it's named after James and Rosemary Nix, a wonderful couple. And Mr. and Mrs. Nix donated $500,000 to build the Nature Center. This mural represents Laguna Coast Wilderness Park over time. It talks about when it was underwater, how it evolved into the parkland, the creation story from our American Indians, the fire of '93 and other fires that have happened in Laguna Canyon, and how today it has come back to nature and use by the people and as habitat for our wildlife in this area.
So we have bobcat, we have coyote, we have deer, we have tons of reptiles and birds and flowers and different kinds of plants. It really is an amazing area, and just getting out there and exploring, spending time in the wilderness helps you understand how important it is that we protect it and how incredibly lucky we are to have it so close.
We really wanted to dedicate this trail to Mary because without Mary, probably this park wouldn't be here. When you come on Mary's trail, you're following in the path of a giant, and each of us has the responsibility to protect this park. Welcome to Mary's Trail. Come walk in the path of those who work to preserve this beautiful wilderness. Dedicated to Mary Fegraus, the founding executive director of Laguna Canyon Foundation, Mary's Trail is an easy introductory hike. This quarter-mile loop begins in the grasslands, winds its way through a laurel sumac thicket, gently climbs through coastal sage scrub, and ends near the little sycamores.
We felt with Laguna Coast Wilderness Park, there was an opportunity to have a number of entry points. So as you head out of Laguna Beach, the first one you come across is at Big Bend. And then the next entry point is at Laurel Canyon. And that was the very first one that we opened. So for many people, they thought that was the only way to get into the Laguna Coast Wilderness Park. The next one out is the James Dilley Preserve, which was not part of the Irvine Company's land. The city of Laguna Beach made that purchase before any of the Irvine Company land, and they bought it from a developer in Palos Verdes, and it was going to be a major tournament golf course. And the city of Laguna Beach just didn't want that to happen, so they bought the land, and it included half of one of the natural lakes, the one that's now called Barbara's Lake. And then our last entry point on the other side of the road is at the Nix Nature Center, and that's Little Sycamore Canyon, a very, very special area. So we've managed to come up with ways for people to access the trails in the parkland in a lot of different ways. So you never have to go on the same hike. You could go on a different hike every day for years, and then you'd go to a different spot. It's just endless. We're talking about probably more than 22,000 acres. That's hard to put your arms around, isn't it? With Crystal Cove State Park, Laguna Coast Wilderness Park, Aliso and Wood Canyons Wilderness Park, the cities of Laguna Beach, Laguna Woods, and Irvine Open Space. And they're all together. They're all together. I think nature can help you live a life that you enjoy more. So we have this responsibility that we need to take care of the land. It'll take care of us. It'll give back, but we need to take care of it too.